Hey class, welcome to Stat 300, Introduction to Probability and Statistics. My name is Andrew Halseth and I'm your instructor for the class. I just wanted to introduce myself, show my face, and give you a little tour of what to expect for the class with Canvas and MyLab and all of that. So I'll share my screen, walk you through it. This is all in the welcome email and in the syllabus and in the Canvas homepage and all that, but sometimes a visual walkthrough is helpful too. So let's get started. I'm gonna share my screen. And this is hopefully what you're able to get to. This is the Canvas homepage for our class. Um, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is read through the front page, um, which is just how to get started. It's in the welcome email I sent you as well. So there's the syllabus that's also in the welcome email. But it's there as well, so you have it all semester. So read through that. Once you've done that, it's time to set up your MyLab account so that you have access to all of the materials for the class. So in order to do that, you're going to go to your menu over here and click on MyLab and Mastering. So if I click on that, it's going to say something like this: Open MyLab and Mastering. You'll have to accept something. And now it'll bring you to a page where either you're going to sign in with a Pearson account that you already have from a previous class, so username and password, which is how I'm doing it, or you'll just set up your account right here, create your own username, password, and other questions that'll talk you through, and then you'll sign in, go to the next page. Okay. Then it brings you to this registration page. Okay, and you have some options here. If you buy the materials in the bookstore, which only do that if you have to for financial aid or whatever, because it's more expensive, um, you'll have an access code. Click that, type in the access code. Okay. Um, if you're going to purchase with a credit card or PayPal, you could do that right here as you're setting up the account. You have two options: a 24-month option, which you don't really need unless you really want it. So that's the more expensive option. But what I recommend is just doing the 18-week. That gets you through the entire semester for that price. Okay. If you're waiting for funds, or you're on the wait list, or you're just not sure if you're going to commit to this class yet, you can go down here and get temporary access. So click on that. You have 2 weeks free access to do all the homework, have access to everything, and everything will be saved. And then you can create your permanent account within that 2-week time frame. Okay. Once you have that, you're all set up. Now you have access to all of the class assignments. Then it's time to get started. So I'll go back to, close that out. Let's go back to our main Canvas homepage. So kind of back to the start of where we were at the beginning. My computer will do it. There we go. Got to click it. Okay. And let me just walk you through a few things that are here for you to do. First thing is announcements. So always and frequently check announcements. That's where I will put due date reminders, information about the class, testing. Everything will go through announcements. There are 2 announcements right now that you want to make sure to read through. Look here, about announcements is just an intro, and then information about class notes, which I'll talk about here in a moment. Okay, so that's announcements. Now, what's useful is to make sure your notifications are set so that you're sent an email when I post a new announcement. So that way you won't miss anything. And to do that, go to your account and then click on notifications. And you can set your notifications so that you get an immediate email when I post a new announcement. That's kind of helpful, I think. Okay. The next thing is assignments. So if you click on assignments, that's everything for the entire class all semester long. Okay, so as long as you're going down the list in order, and you can show by date or show by type. I kind of like show by type because I arrange it per week. As long as you're going down the list and and doing everything on this list, you're not going to miss a thing. You won't miss a point for this class. Okay, so that's everything is right there under assignments. You'll notice what's there is you have these first two orientation assignments that are required by August 25th, and you have to get 100% on each one in order to remain in the class. So make sure to do those first. Once you've gotten those, then it's just going through the material. You'll see that it alternates between watching a video, doing homework, watch video, do homework, and then usually it'll end in a quiz at the end of the chapter. Okay. Occasionally you'll see a discussion post. They're not every week, but they will appear maybe about 5 throughout the entire semester. So click on that, you'll read through the directions, and then you do a main post, and then you reply to 2 other students for the full credit. Okay. Now, another thing about the videos, as you watch the videos, especially when you start with chapter 2, those will be of me going through notes. So there'll be notes, and it won't be really my face or anything. It's just the PDF of the notes and me going through it, going through the material that way. And so how do you get access to those notes that I'm using? You'll go to, they're all housed under modules. So I know modules is a weird term for it, but there's no way I can change that. But I don't really put modules under modules. So the only thing that's there, if I click on it, is class notes and the videos, but that's just for backup only. So really what you're going to be going to modules for only is just class notes. If I click on class notes, you'll see there's all of the notes for the entire semester, okay, arranged by chapter. You'll see there's chapter 1 notes even all the way through chapter 10, and you'll see there's blank notes, and then there's completed notes. Completed means that I have already written the solutions out. So my recommendation is print out the blank notes and use those to take notes on as you watch the video. And then you can check yourself with my completed notes. Okay. And then I also created just a full packet. That's just one PDF of like 150 pages. I don't know what it is, but that's everything all in one packet. Okay. If you don't want to print these out on your own, because that's a lot of pages, I do have them here. I'm in my office right now at Howard Hall. They're just right outside the door, so I don't have to be here. Just drop on by and you can pick up a complete printed out packet that you can, it's just, you know, with like a rubber band around it, but it's 3-hole punched, and you can just put it in a 3-ring binder, and then you got your notes for the semester. So that's a good way to go about that. Okay. So again, that's under modules, all of those notes. If you're looking for something, it's probably there as far as a handout goes. Okay, again, there's class videos there also, but only watch here if you're just like rewatching a video, or for some reason MyLab's not working, you can go here and watch the videos. But to get credit for watching the video, make sure you're going to assignments. Watch it through the MyLab so that it gives you the point in the gradebook for it. Okay. And then the next thing on my little list here is grades. You can always check your grades there. And then MyLab and mastering, we already used that, but I'm going to show you another way to access all your assignments. So again, all your assignments are under assignments in Canvas. Another way to access everything is go into MyLab, right? If you click on MyLab mastering, it'll bring you to this page. So now you're within the website, MyMathLab, and you'll see the list of everything there as well. The only thing that's not here is discussion posts, because those are solely in Canvas, but otherwise everything is here. Okay, so that's another way to access the assignments. Doesn't matter, you can do it that way as well. The nice thing about going here is you'll see over here you have Gradebook, and you also have StatCrunch. Okay, we'll get to that later, but in order to access StatCrunch, you will have to go into MyLab and then access StatCrunch from there. Okay, so your account does come with the free StatCrunch, or StatCrunch is included in your account, which we'll be using quite a lot this semester, starting with chapter 2, kind of at the end of chapter 2. Okay. Another thing that's here is gradebook, like I briefly mentioned. This is a better place to go and look at your grade. It's just a better overall breakdown by category of what you completed. So anytime you want to know your grade in the class, I suggest going into MyLab and then clicking gradebook and checking it out, okay? Another thing that you have available to you within MyLab is additional resources. So that's under multimedia library. So there's lots of other stuff you can kind of just explore on your own, but the one that's I think most helpful is if you click on multimedia library. It's all arranged by chapter, so you just select the chapter you're working on. So let's say we're on chapter 2.3, whatever, and then just click select all, and then find now, and it's going to give you anything that Pearson has to offer for that section. Watch my videos and my notes, and then if you need anything extra, here you go, right? There's some animation, there's a test prep video, okay, there's a PowerPoint, there's some StatCrunch help, some applet, there's your textbook, and then there's an additional video that the publisher has created, okay? So that's really helpful if you're looking for some additional help with the material. All right. Going back to assignments, the way they're set up is if you're doing homework, let's just randomly go into a homework assignment, like say 2.4. They are set up so that you can try these multiple times, right? So when you're doing a question, let's try one that has not multiple choice, like this one, okay? So when you're trying to solve this, you enter in your answer, and then you check it, and it's going to tell you immediately if you're right or wrong, okay? If you're wrong, like I am, it might give you a little hint, and then you can try another answer. Okay, and then you get to try a third time. Notice now it says final check. So you get 3 tries if it's not multiple choice. And if you're still incorrect, it'll now tell you the right answer. Okay, and it's going to say, okay, now that little red corner is indicating that you did not get credit for that question. And this is the right answer in the box. Okay, if you click on it, it shows you what you answered. Okay, now I'm going to try this one. Okay, once I've done all of the parts, I can actually do a whole new question. It'll say similar exercise. If I do a new question, I'll get credit for it. It'll just be a new question, similar, just with new numbers. Okay, so if you just keep trying the homework problems, you'll get full credit that way. It's practice, so just keep practicing until you get it right. That's the idea. If you're super stuck, there's some help tabs down here. My favorite is view an example. That'll just give you an example of the problem you're working on, okay? Or if you do get more help, if you want to send me an email, Ask My Instructor is a great way to do it, because that sends me this exact problem you're working on, and then I can see it and give you some help on which direction to go towards, okay? So that's homework. Let's leave that. And then one last thing, while we're in MyLab, I'll show you quizzes because they're formatted a little differently. Like if you're taking that chapter 1 quiz, it'll give you some information about it. But notice here, when you're doing a quiz, it's not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. You just click an answer and then go to the next one, right? So I'm just kind of randomly guessing here. Some of these are multiple choice. There'll probably be eventually some questions that are not multiple choice, but it's a mixture, okay? So the point is, you have to do all the questions first, and then you click submit quiz. So let's go ahead and submit this. I didn't answer everything, that's fine. And then it's going to give me my results. Ooh, I got one right. Okay, so I got, there's my score, which I'm not very happy with, right? I can review it, and I can look at the correct answers compared to what I answered. And then you can go back and take it again, okay? So these quizzes are set up, you can take them as many times as you want. Only your highest grade will go into the grade book, but you do have to complete the entire 15 questions over again to get a new score. Okay, so it could be a little frustrating if you get like 14 out of 15 right and you really wanted that 100%. You're gonna have to go back and do all 15 questions again. But it's good practice, and it's a great way for you set up so that you can get the highest score that you want. Okay, as long as you put the time into it. Okay, so that's just a brief overview. Really, what you're gonna have to do is just get in here and start doing it on your own and exploring. And if you have questions, just send them my way, and I'm willing to help you out. Okay, so back to the main Canvas page. That's um, the major things that I wanted to discuss. I'll send you more information, of course, as the semester goes on, but just kind of get in there, get things set up, and start doing those assignments. And when you get stuck or if you have questions, I'm only an email away. Send me an email and I will help you out as quickly as I can. You can always set up a Zoom as well if you want some more extensive help. If you have other additional questions on anything, you can do it. Okay. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the class. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you made it this far. And here's to a good semester. Okay. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.